Hello, and welcome to the Live Past Crazy Show. Your host is Mitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with her? Mitra appreciates you taking the time out to listen to the podcast, and it is her sincere hope that what we share is something that you can use to help you and someone you know live past crazy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Mitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Y'all, hold on. I've got to get me a new office chair because this one keeps sinking. I know I say that, I've been saying that for the past week, but it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are ready to get this morning started. I know I am. Tomorrow is the Sister Rise Retreat. I'm so excited. I just don't know. I am excited and I am ready for all the things. Yes. So, if you're coming, I'm excited to see you there. So, welcome. Welcome. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. Don't forget we have the YouTube channel. We have the podcast. It's on Amazon Music. It is on iHeartRadio. We have 8 books. Soon to be 8 books. We have 6 now. So you can grab those anywhere books are sold. Don't forget we have the late night show on Thursday nights at 11:30. Late night show with JoJo and Arsenio. So there's that. Good morning, Kiba. Thank you. We're going to talk about some things this morning. So, did I tell y'all who I am? You know who I am. My name is Mitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me, y'all. So, we know that there's 2 teams, Team Abundance, Team Lack, right? We've been talking about that, and there is a whole playbook coming. Yesterday, we talked about being comfortable and how to be uncomfortable with more. Oh, I know you will, Keeper. Thank you. Good morning, Alicia. And yesterday, we talked about being comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. Like, how do you feel okay with getting more when other people are not being blessed? Or how do you assume that you're only supposed to get this one part of the blessing or your abundance? So today, y'all, let's talk about some things, because a lot of times I'm always going to be positive, Patty. I'm always going to tell you to look on the bright side. Always. I've lost two fathers within a year. Thank God I still have my mother. But often I talk about, what do you do when things are hard? Like when it's just life is knocking you upside the head and you know all of these things. Well, let's do the quote of the day before I get started. And let's do the quote of the day. And then we'll do that. Today is not just another day. It's a new opportunity, another change, a new beginning. Embrace it. I like that day. I like that quote. Today is not just another day. It's a new opportunity, another chance, a new beginning. Embrace it. So, what do we do when times like when you feel like life is just, you want to be positive, right? Like it is, You want to be positive to the 19th power. But everything in your surroundings tell you that there is absolutely no positivity anywhere to be found. So yesterday, my oldest daughter's grandmother passed away. Last night. What's today? Wednesday. So she passed away Tuesday. What's today? Today's Wednesday. She passed away Monday night. So Courtney's grandmother passed away Monday night. Not my mother, but her father's mother. And then I wake up Tuesday morning to some people that I grew up with, and people that you see in the neighborhood and that you come to know and love, they had passed away. And I think yesterday it was a total of like 4 people that I knew that had passed away within a 24-hour period of time. And I went straight country. Lord Jesus, Father God, what else could go wrong? What else could happen? And I know I've learned Daniel's mother passed away, Kiba. And I think what more could possibly happen? And I went immediately to, we talked about comfortable and relatable yesterday. All the things that are comfortable and relatable to say. So oftentimes we don't have the words to say what we want to acknowledge enough for someone who is hurting. There's no words that we can give to them for that, right? There's absolutely no words for that. And I found myself yesterday, and this is how I want to share some things that I had to work, 4 things that I had to work through yesterday, that in the midst, and then y'all, we can all agree this year has been quite rough, from deaths to schoolmates to family members to all the things. The guilt of living is what I want to talk about. Grieving and living. So this is how I was feeling yesterday. I felt bad, and I was grieving because of the people that I knew that had passed away. I was grieving for my friends who it was their immediate family member. And I know what it's like to lose a family member and you insist that the whole entire world stops. and be like, well, don't you see that my family member just passed away? Like, my daddy died. I need the world to stop and allow me a moment to grieve. And the world doesn't stop. And nothing stops moving because we're in that grieving process. And when we're in that grieving process, whether we are deep in it or we're outside looking in, it is sometimes hard to continue to think a positive thought or to do something different other than to stay in that grief. And so yesterday, I had what I call the guilt of living. I had to work through that. Meaning, I felt guilty because even though grief was around me, there were still some things that I was excited about that was going on in my life. And I was torn between respecting the people that I know and love and continuing on with living. And sometimes this is what I found out yesterday. And y'all tell me what y'all think. That grieving and living they go hand in hand. They don't stop. Just because I'm grieving, it doesn't mean I've stopped living. I respect the grieving process. I respect the grief that I have. I respect the pain that I feel. And there's some pain. Listen, I've never lost a mother. So there's some pain that I can't even begin to comprehend right now. I've lost 2 fathers within a year. I can understand that. And so yesterday I was thinking about, how do you handle the guilt of grieving and living? How do you handle the guilt of wanting to live even in the middle of grief? So I had 4 things that helped me to kind of move through it, or to help me understand some things. So number 1, I had to remember that I still have life in myself. Find life for myself. Meaning, yes, I'm in this grieving process, but is this my opportunity? What is this opportunity affording me at this moment? What am I? And I don't even want to say opportunity. What is this grieving process showing me about life? It should encourage me to go harder because it makes me more acutely aware how short life is, right? I then had to reassess, if life is this short and this is going on, what am I really doing with the life that I have? What team am I playing on? And am I okay with how I'm living life right now? Am I okay with that? So it should encourage me to go harder and be absolutely more aware of, in my arrogance, I think I have tomorrow when I don't. So what am I going to do right now to make the most out of this time? Reassess the team that I'm playing on. Reassess the groups and the friends and the people that I have around me. And is that allowing me to serve my best self? Is that allowing me to give my whole best life to the universe, to God, to work in the thing that I was put here to do? And am I living in abundantly in that? Meaning, am I putting everything that he's given inside of me, am I putting it out for the world? Am I planting seeds? Am I giving shade to those who need it? Am I helping those who need it? Am I giving more of myself? Am I receiving well? Am I giving well? And it made me question a lot of things. And to put into perspective, grieving and living, they go hand in hand. So while I'm grieving, it makes me acutely aware that I'm also living. It made me acutely aware that if this happened, if this was me, if it was my family and it was the girls, do I have them in a place, if I've taken advantage of everything that was afforded to me so that my children are in a better space, financially, mentally, emotionally, prepare for grief. I don't think you can prepare for grief. I think you can prepare for the guilt of wanting to live past the grieving process. I think it is some stepping stones that we have to go through. So for me, it always encourages me and reminds me that you got to go harder, that you don't always have tomorrow. You don't always have this moment to say the words that you want to say. You don't always have this moment to do what you want to do. If you want to go on a vacation, go. And it has changed me in such a way over the years. After my father, after my Uncle Joe, my grandpa, and I had a succession of deaths that were just right in a row. But after my father died, and then a year later, my biological father passed away, it really made me think about, let's think about it this way. Look in your house, right? You know that living room you don't ever sit in? Why? What are we saving it for? The dishes that sit in the curio cabinet that you're not allowed to touch, what was the purpose of buying it if I'm not going to be able to use it? So in my house, there's no paper products. We use all the good china, all the good silverware every single day. We're not saving outfits for special occasions. Every day that you wake up is a special occasion. We take advantage of life every single day. Because when you stop and think about it, what are we saving? What are we saving these things for? What moment are you hoping to capture that you can't live right now? And so for me, it was, as I was going through the grieving process, it was, man, I wish I could have did this with my daddy. Man, I wish I would have said this. But every day we have that opportunity, but we don't take it because we assume that in our arrogance we have tomorrow. So in the guilt of living, because we got to grieve and live at the same time, I take advantage of all the things that are around me. That means I call the friends, and if you're my friend, you normally get a random text from me that says, I'm proud of you, I love you, I believe in you. How can I be a friend to you today? Is there anything I can do for you? That's why I invite people over now. Before, I would never invite anybody over to my home at all. I invite people over. I've got to live this life to the fullest period. I don't want to be on my deathbed. I don't want there to be anything left in me to say, I wish I could have done this. I want to give it all in the living part of it. I want to give it all. I want to empty it all out. So I'm going to eat on the good dishes. I'm taking them out the curio cabinet. I'm going to sit on the white leather couch. I'm going to take the plastic off the good sofa. I'm going to take the runner up out. Remember your grandpa used to have the runner in the floor? Good morning, Carrie. I'm going to take the runner up out the floor. I'm taking the plastic off the carpet, right? I'm going to wear the outfit. I'm going to eat off the china. I drink water out of a wine glass. I'm going to do all the things. Because I need you to tell me, what are we saving it for? And so yesterday, having 4 deaths yesterday of people I knew in passing, people I knew growing up, people who were close to me. That's a lot. And to find a moment of the guilt of living and how you grieve and live at the same time. Like, how do you process that? And so for me, it was absolutely having the reminder that you got to go harder. JoJo, in your arrogance, boo, what is you doing? In your arrogance that you think you have another day, but what are you doing? So as I deal with the guilt of living, I also know that grieving and living have got to go together. No matter how I may want the world to stop, the world does not. And so the 4 things that I understood from I've been understanding, and I just wanted to share with you guys today that I worked through this yesterday. It encouraged me to go harder. It encouraged me to understand again. Good morning, Miss Gwen. How you doing? It encouraged me to absolutely go harder, to think, why am I waiting to make this decision? Why are we waiting for this moment? In our arrogance, we assume we have the next hour and the next day when we may not. It just may not come. And then I had to find life for myself. So I'm encouraged to go harder because I don't want to waste any time that I've been given. I've got to find the life in myself. That means at some point I've got to be so determined that I'm going to live this life full out that I can't possibly think about anything that's going to hinder me. That's not my business, and I can't be concerned about that because I've got to live this life that I was given. I've got to reassess the team that I'm playing on. Am I on Team Abundance? Am I on Team Lack? And whichever team I decide on, I better be damn committed to it and play full out. I want to play the whole game. I want to win all the games. I want to win the championships. I want to go down as the greatest player. I want to do all the things. But I'm going to reassess the team. And reassessing the team means, why are you living this way? And why is it so difficult to make that hard decision when it is very simple, life or death? And then I understood, am I living abundantly? Am I living abundantly? Even in the appearance of lack, am I living abundantly? Even when I think I don't have, am I living abundantly? Good morning, Tiffany. And when I answered that question, and if the answer is no, am I living abundantly? Even in my lack, if the answer is no, I need to go back, go harder, find life in myself, reassess the team I'm playing on, and am I giving it all? Why am I eating out of paper plates when there's good china in here and drinking out of plastic cups when I have good glasses? What am I saving it for? On my deathbed, am I going to be able to say, at least, Jesus, my plates are still clean and straight out the box, and I dust them every month to look at them? At least, Lord, the runner that kept my carpet clean, that's clean. At least the couches is clean. At least nobody sat on the white couch. Nobody sat on the good furniture. Nobody messed up the carpet lines. What is the point of having the things if you're not going to use them? And I learned these lessons really hard. Losing 2 daddies was hard. Why? So we eat on the good china every day. We use the good forks every day. We drink water out of wine glasses. We use the good cups. There's no plastic. There's no, that's not allowed here. Why would I want to live less than when I need to live in all the abundance while I'm here? So the guilt of living, and I felt this yesterday because the Sister Rise retreat is tomorrow. I'm beyond excited. And so I have 4 deaths by 8:30 yesterday morning, before 7:30 yesterday morning. And here I have the guilt of living, and I still have to grieve and live at the same time. And if that doesn't cause you to pause and to understand that, and to think that you've got to go harder because in your arrogance, you're thinking you have another day when you do not. We don't know that tomorrow is here. We don't know the next hour is here. So you should take absolutely every opportunity. Put on the lipstick. Wear the makeup. Do your hair. Wear the outfit. It doesn't matter if you ain't going nowhere. Take the vacation. Spend the money. Do the thing. Eat off the plate, Linda. Drink out the cup, JoJo. What you saving it for? Can it possibly go with you to your next destination? If it can, then come back and tell me about it, and then I'll save mine. But until such time, I need you to understand that right now, even with the guilt of living and you're grieving and living at the same time, you've got to go harder. And if that doesn't encourage you, I don't know what will. You've got to find life for yourself. And when you find life for yourself, number 3 is reassessing that team that you're playing for. Team abundance or team lack. And whatever team, I need you to play full out. You don't have an option to go back and forth. Oh, I'm abundant today. I'm like, you got to pick one. There's only 2. And ain't no middle team. You either own it or you not. And that's where you got to be committed to understanding that there's more in this life if you so choose. If you don't, then it will never be. And so number 4, are we living abundantly? Even in the appearance of lack, do I see the abundance? Even when I don't have, do I see the abundance? And if you can't say yes, then I need you to go back to understanding grieving and living. Are we living abundantly, period? Even in my darkest, let me tell you something. This is what got me through. Even in my darkest days and times when things were extremely difficult and I was picking pennies up off the street to feed the kids, thank you that I found that penny. I'm so grateful that I have that penny. I'm so thankful that this penny made the difference between me feeding children and not. I'm thankful for the soap that I'm about to use to wash my clothes in the bathtub. I'm thankful for the water that I have. Because even in my lack, I absolutely insisted that we live in abundance. Absolutely insisted. And you weren't going to tell me any different. I refuse to allow the current reality to stop the flow of abundance to come. So as you deal with the guilt of living, and because you got to grieve and live at the same time, ask yourself, are you living abundantly even in the appearance of lack? And if you're a God's girl, think about this story. Let me help you with this story. How even in the appearance of lack, there was abundance. Did not the good Lord feed the masses with how many fishes and bread? When there was just one person who had something to eat. The appearance of lack was there. All you got is this little bit of food, and look at all these people you got to feed. That was the appearance of lack. But even in the appearance of lack, there was an abundance. And not only was there abundance, there was there was so much abundance in that lack that people could tell you something. There was some leftovers. Pack it up. Boo, take your to-go plate and go into the house. Yes, Miss Nicole. And for me, my survival of my mind depends on me looking on that brighter side. And the survival of you is dependent on that, whether you want to admit it or not. Because if you get stuck in the guilt of living, you will sit down and you'll say, I can't possibly move. I can't possibly go on because all of these things happen to me. And when you stop because all those things happen to you, you are honoring that hurt. You are honoring that feeling, that person that did it to you every single day. And every day you say, but I want to be free of it. But yet you honor it by reliving it and allowing it to stop you. Come on, Miss Nicole. So at some point, I need you to grieve and live. Think about it. Those 4 things. It should encourage you to go harder. Find life for yourself. Go in there today and throw away all your paper plates. Yes, you're going to have to watch. And here's the thing. Why do we complain about the things of life that... Why am I complaining that I got to clean this house now when I was living in a shelter and I had to share a room with another woman and my 2 children? Why are we complaining now in the abundance when we had lack and we were dying for this abundance? Go introduce yourself to life again. Go find life again. Wash the dishes happily. Give your kids the good china to eat off of. It don't matter if they break it. Here's the thing, nobody died. But did you die though? No. They broke a plate. How many plates you broke in your lifetime? How many times we messed up and we allow our family members to think because they messed up it is the death and the end of the world when it is not. So dealing with all that yesterday and trying to be there for all the people and dealing with the guilt of living. I understand that grieving and living go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You just can't. I respect and I mourn with my friends and my family who have lost the loved ones. It doesn't mean life stops. It means I hold a space for you in your grieving process. It means I am there in the grieving process with you. And it also means that it allows me a moment to think, JoJo, but are you doing all you could do? Find life for yourself. Reassess the team that you're playing on. Why are you on this journey? Why are you deciding this thing? And even in the appearance of lack, are you living abundantly? Even in the appearance of you ain't got the money, you can't do this, you can't do that. Are you looking at the abundance of that situation? I'm always going to be positive, Patty. It is my determination in my mind that my current reality cannot possibly be the end result of it. It cannot be. I absolutely refuse. So in this, it's going to be an amazing day. But as we learn to deal with the guilt of living, and then let's not even apply that to death. Let's apply that to the guilt of living of those who are still in your life, who are not doing the same thing that you're doing, and you're wanting to prosper, but you're wanting them to prosper with you, but they don't want to. That is also the guilt of living. Because you want more and they're reminding you of your less. That's the guilt of living. You still need to find life for yourself. Figure out what team you plan on and start to live abundantly. Y'all, I am a firm believer, starch believer, that my current reality is because of my current thoughts, and that there is an abundance everywhere I look. And I promise you, the more you focus on a thing, is the more that thing comes to life. The more you focus on a thing, the more it comes to life. So the more I focus on I don't have, the more I don't have. The more I focus on what I do have, the more I do have. So on this lovely day, don't feel guilty for living. Don't do that. Take a minute today and ask yourself these 4 questions. Could you go harder? Are you living life for yourself? What team are you playing on? And are you living abundantly? Period. Because I don't want us to make things extremely hard when they're quite simple. They're very simple. Eat off the china. Sit on the good couch. Go watch TV in the good living room. Put the good clothes on. Wear the makeup. put on the outfit, wear the new shoes, go experience. What are you waiting on? What are we waiting on? But for why? We are waiting on a moment in time that we assume is going to happen when the moment in time is right now. Why are you waiting to go on vacation? Why are you waiting to take that trip? Why are you waiting to say the words that need to be said that are burning a hole in your throat? Why are you waiting to move forward? Why are you waiting to end the thing? Because in our arrogance, we assume we have another day. I had 4 people before 8:30 yesterday pass away. At what point do I have the arrogance of thinking that I have time to wait? That's not a luxury that any of us have. But in our arrogance, we assume that we have it. So I just had some questions for y'all today. I want to talk to you about the guilt of living and that grieving and living go hand in hand. And the 4 things, and I always work through these 4 things. Now I'm able to articulate it. Before I wasn't able to articulate it. It doesn't mean I don't grieve. It doesn't mean I don't cry. It doesn't mean that I'm not sad and I'm not hurt and my soul is crushed and I'm not stopping in my steps. None of that. My grieving process has nothing to do with my living process because they go hand in hand. Now, this is just JoJo's philosophy. If it agreed with you, take what you need. If it didn't, leave it for somebody else. But I just wanted to encourage you today to think, are you doing everything that you could do? And in all the settling, in all of the sacrificing that you are doing, is it doing you any good? Is it doing your family any good? Is it doing anybody any good? Because you settle, because you live in less than, because you think you can't, because you never try, because you ain't willing to look for the answer, because you don't want to say the words. What's the but for why? So I want to encourage you to go harder. Find life for yourself. Think about what team that you're playing on today. If you're playing on Team Lack, play the hell out of that team. Be proud of it, honey. Get you a jersey that says Team Lack and put your number on it. On Team Abundance, we got our last name and our number on the back of our shirt, and we playing full out. Grieving and living go hand in hand. And ask yourself, are we living abundantly, even in the appearance of lack? Is there abundance? And y'all, right, anybody, no good. It's just not. Especially yourself. So we are allowed to grieve and we are allowed to live. We are allowed to take that time to feel and to go through that process. And in that process, we've got to look at how we're living. And my driving force beyond generations that are depending on me doing what I need to do right now. There are 6 generations of Waddell's, 7 generations of Twitties that are depending on JoJo to make this, to live today, period. Besides that, for myself, I want to be able to say that that on Team Abundance, I played full out. I was MVP, honey. I got some championship rings. I got more than one. And that I lived life to the absolute fullest. I don't want somebody to say, oh, JoJo lived to the fullest, and they not mean it. You know how you say, oh, shit, they lived their life to the fullest, but you be lying. I don't want you to lie. She lived to the fullest. And I introduce myself to life every single day. Every day. Every day I'm going to find abundance, even in the appearance of lack. I am bound and determined. Determined. So on this lovely day, it's going to be a good day. Even with grieving and living, it's going to be a good day. So ask yourself, Kids, you go harder. Find life for yourself. Reassess the team you're playing for. And are you living abundantly even in the appearance of lack? The quote of the day. Today is not just another day. It's a new opportunity and another chance and a new beginning. Embrace it. And what I figured out yesterday, and I'm going to end the show, is that the Sister Rise Retreat is tomorrow. I'm excited. And I was able, even in my excitement, to still hold space for grief. And even with all of that going on, I was sitting here thinking, and I was trying to write something. I was like, man, these words just will not come. Like, I don't know what I want to say, what I want to do. And I sat in this chair all day. I didn't get up from this chair till 1 a.m. this morning. I left to go to the Dollar Tree to get some chocolate. And I came back and I sat in this chair all day. And about 6 o'clock, I was like, these words are just, they're not coming to me. I don't understand. And then I had the thought, because you making it hard, boo. And I had to look at my own quotes. The natural progression of you is to be great. Period. It's not hard if you get out of your own way and assuming that things have got to be so structured and so this. And when I removed all of my self-doubt out of the way and I allowed myself to live in that moment, then the words came easily. Then they flowed. Then I was able to, at 1 o'clock, finally cut it off and say, okay, you got to get some sleep. But even in the living process, I was giving myself space to grieve. And I was making it okay for me to live inside of my grief. Period. And when I did that, when I gave myself space to do that, then it made what was in front of me a little bit easier. So I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. If it has, please let me know. If it did not, please leave it for somebody else who may need it. These are just my thoughts that I'm sharing with you, some things that I worked through, the guilt of living. Because let me tell you, losing a parent is hard. It is hard. I could not imagine losing a mother. I lost 2 daddies, and that was hard. And to deal with the guilt of, I don't want us to deal with the guilt of living. I want us to know that grieving and living can go hand in hand. Period. And if nothing else, it should challenge you to look at your life processes and to ask yourself, is this truly serving me? And here's the thing, you may think it right now, but I want you to continue to think it later. I don't want it to be a fleeting thought. Like when you go in the kitchen today to get a glass of water, are you picking up a plastic cup? Are you picking up a glass? Are you living abundantly even in the midst of the appearance of lack? Period. So I don't buy paper products here. We're not going to eat off of them. I'm going to wash all the dishes. I'm going to do all the things. Because even in my grieving, I'm still going to live. And I am going to, even in the appearance of lack, I will have abundance. I will have it. I'm going to wear the lipstick. I'm going to wear the nice outfit. Period. I'm going to do the thing. Because I need you to, I need somebody to make sense of that statement. Why are you saving them dishes for? Why are you saving the outfit? Why are you saving your words that you want to say to someone? Why are you saving them for the right moment? Why don't you want them children to sit on that couch? You bought it for that. Ain't that what you bought it for? Yes, we want to enjoy things, but in enjoying them means enjoying the living of them. Enjoying the living of all the things. So today, guys, do all the things, please. Live full out. Go harder. If you feel like you haven't been going hard, think about the people that have passed away this year. This year. I can't tell you how many friends and family members that have passed away this year that I personally know. It's got to be over 20. 4 of them was yesterday. Come on, Miss Gwen. Hey, to the men, no more. So buy the thing, eat the cake, wear the lipstick, wear like these earrings. I don't know what I was saving them for. They say chocolate cutie. I was like, I'm going to save these for a good day. But it's not every day a good day. Put them on. That's why my socks never match. If you've ever met me, I may match from head to toe. You get to my socks and they orange and green. I'm living life to the fullest. And y'all going to get all of JoJo. Every drop of it. Period. Please reassess the team that you're playing on. Find life for yourself. And even in the appearance of lack, know that there is abundance. So, I hope this has helped somebody. I'm going for real. I want you to have an amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing at that. Get the tattoo. Get the nose ring. If y'all been with me for a while, y'all done seen me on this journey. Color the hair. Do the things. Ask the questions. Who gave you these rules and why? Who said this and why? Who said you could not have? Who told you these things? And why are we accepting them? Say the words. That's why all my friends, I love y'all. Y'all get those texts from me. When I think about you, I stop and I send you that text message. How can I be a friend to you today? I'm proud of you. I love you. I want the best for you. And I mean it with my whole sincere heart. So I hold space for all the living. So be amazing. Have an amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period. Know that grieving and living go hand in hand. And work through the process of the guilt of living. You are still here for a reason. You are still, as my grandpa say, you're on this side of the living for a reason. As my Aunt Sue said, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see you in the morning. Well, the Lord was willing and the creek didn't rise. So what you gonna do? What you fixing to do now? Now the ball is in your court. Now you got possession. Now you have every opportunity to win this championship. What you fixing to do with your opportunity? Let's not be arrogant and assuming that we have another day. So the Sister Rise Retreat is tomorrow. I am excited. Send only positive vibes and good wishes to the ladies who are coming. Y'all, I work my behind off of this. And if you ain't come this year, that's okay. Be ready for next year. You can get your Sister Rise t-shirt. You can get your Team Abundance t-shirt. They are all available. And bit.ly/Team Abundance shirts. Sister Rise is bit.ly/Sister Rise shirts. So you can get you a shirt. And give everybody, all of you today. Let them get everybody gonna get all of JoJo today. All the massiveness of me, all the greatness of me, y'all about to get it. You just gonna get it. Because y'all, last week before last, y'all saw me work through. You about to get all the words, because I've loved words since I was 5. You're gonna get all the things. Okay? Let's live life to the fullest. And as Rosie say, that's on period. So I hope you have an amazing day, guys. And maybe I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow since we'll be at the retreat. We'll see. But I probably will, just for a quick second. So I hope you have an amazing day. And I will see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Thank you again for listening to the Live Past Crazy Show with Mitra JoJo. She is the only Live Past Crazy specialist, and she is glad you spent your time with her. If you would like to know more about why she knows crazy and about her journey, she invites you to check out her website, www.livepastcrazy.com, as well as follow her on social media. Mitra is her tag for IG, Twitter, and Facebook, JANMETRA. She also invites you to join her on the Fearless Morning Show, weekdays at 7:15 a.m. on Facebook Live. Again, you can find us on Facebook with the Fearless Morning Show page or by name. Remember, as a result of working with the only Live Past Crazy specialists, individuals are able to identify the crazy in their lives and develop a specific blueprint to begin to live past crazy. Do you know anybody who needs to live past crazy? Then send them over her way, because there is life after crazy. Be peaceful, period. And Jan Mitra will see you guys on the next show.